Pope Francis began the month of February with a candlelit procession in St. Peter's Basilica for a Mass on World Day of Consecrated Life, where he stressed the often forgotten role which consecrated men and women play in the life of the Church. Just the next day, the Pope made mention of his recurrent knee pain, apologizing to members of an Italian police force for having to remain seated while greeting them. February also saw news from the Pope Emeritus. Benedict XVI issued a letter responding to accusations of mismanaging 4 cases of abuse as Archbishop of Munich.
Once again, I can only express to all the victims of sexual abuse my profound shame, my deep sorrow, and my heartfelt request for forgiveness.
In mid-February, Pope Francis addressed the situation in Ukraine, where reports showed Russian forces amassing near the Ukrainian border.
Le notizie che giungono dall'Ucraina sono molto preoccupanti.
Later that month, the Pope opened a symposium at the Vatican that gathered priests, bishops, and theologians from around the world to discuss the priesthood, urging priests to draw close to the people they serve to not fall into loneliness.
Senza amici e senza preghiera, il celibato può diventare un peso insopportabile e una controtestimonianza alla bellezza stessa del sacerdozio.
At his general audience, Pope Francis made his final desperate appeal for peace in Ukraine before Russia launched its invasion of the country.
Prego tutte le parti coinvolte perché si astengano da ogni azione che provochi ancora più sofferenza alle popolazioni, destabilizzando la convivenza tra le nazioni e screditando il diritto internazionale.
Just the following day, Russian troops invaded Ukraine, prompting a statement by the Vatican Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, to call for dialogue to stop the conflict from expanding.
The tragic scenarios that everyone feared are becoming a reality. Yet, there is still time for goodwill. There is still room for negotiation.
One day after the invasion, Pope Francis completely broke with protocol by personally visiting the Russian embassy to the Holy See to express his concern because of the war. The Pope also called Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, to whom he expressed his deepest sorrow for the tragic events that are taking place in the country. The next day, the Pope continued his stern condemnations of the war after praying the Angelus.
Ripeto, tacciano le armi. Dio sta con gli operatori di pace, non con chi usa la violenza.
The Vatican had also offered to act as a mediator in the conflict to avoid escalation and return to negotiations, but had received no response from Russia.
Good news from Rome Reports. This month, we reached 300,000 subscribers on our English YouTube channel. Thank you so much. If you are still not subscribed, you can do so by hitting the red button below.